I really want to do a better job at making people feel good. Words are powerful. The things that you say to people can make their day, can make their month. I mean, heck, some of the things that you say to somebody, if they're kind words, if you say the right thing to somebody in a moment where they're at their worst, where they feel depressed or hopeless or they're really worried about something, if you can just be there for somebody when they need it, they can remember that for the rest of their life. And I think that there needs to be more people out there that are kind to others, that are good at comforting people when they need it, right? And that's a goal of mine, right? That's something that I want to do. I want to become a person that is better at making people feel good with the things that I say to them. Um and I always feel like I have that capability of saying something really powerful. Like it's almost like I feel like I sometimes know what somebody needs to hear in the moment, and I'll kind of like I'll like imagine myself saying these nice things to people, whether it's just giving somebody a compliment or giving them that encouragement when they need it, or whatever. And I feel like I just never do that. Like I leave a lot of things unsaid. And I've been actually thinking about that in terms of YouTube stuff, like making YouTube videos. Like I always have like things things that I feel like I want to say, like here, like publicly on YouTube. Like I feel like I'll like write down a million different notes. Like I literally have 1,000 notes of like topics for YouTube videos or things that I want to say to people. And some of the stuff that I have in mind of things I want to talk about here, like it's just me being sort of motivational, or like a good positive message. It's encouraging that for people that are having a hard time, for people that are depressed or feel hopeless, or people who hate themselves. And I feel like I have this idea of all these different messages that I want to put out there, and I never do. Right? These are all things that I never actually say. So it's really weird, I think, for me to imagine myself wanting to say all these things but never actually saying them. So I kind of have this. I'm a little bit like I'm disappointed in myself, first of all, because um, I want to make a certain impression on people, and that impression is obviously I want people to feel better just by listening to me, right? I want people to uh, get what they need from me. I guess I don't know, people that are going through a hard time. It's the same thing. It's not just with YouTube. Like I feel like relationships that I have with people in my life, like family, like my girlfriend, or other people that I know, I feel like I could really like be there for them when they need it, when they're going through a hard time, and I constantly feel like I'm never doing that. I'm never actually there for people when they emotionally need it. And so I want to like I want to put more effort into saying the thing that needs to be said, right? Saying the thing that can make somebody's day. First of all, here's the thing. I think that there's some people that, what you say to them, like, there's not enough kindness in the world. There's not enough people that go around saying good things to people to make them feel good. Everybody's in their own little world. Everybody's caught up in drama and, things that you're angry about, right? People complain about things 24/7, and like the last thing that most people are thinking about is what can I say to another person to make their day better, right? People just don't think about others and making somebody else's day. So for you, if you can just be a nice person, that's gonna put you ahead. You're gonna be that one person out of 100 that actually has the ability to impress somebody just with your kindness, right? And the thing is like I'm kind of wondering to myself, like, why do I want to be so nice to people? Like I think the reason is because I just see how depressed people can be in life. I just see the fact that everybody has their own crap that they're dealing with in life, and that life is just hard. and that, you know, it's better to know that you're not alone in things, or to know that somebody else at least understands what you're going through, um or is at least there to listen, you know. That's the thing, like, even if you don't feel like you have anything specifically that you can say to somebody to make them feel better, like encouraging words, maybe you don't know how to help somebody with what they're dealing with. Sometimes just being there to listen to somebody is something that some people never have in their life. So if you do that, you will be the only person in that person's life that will actually have listened to them, right? And that will set you apart from the majority of people, right? So, I mean, I guess the reason why I'm saying this stuff is to, one, encourage you to be a nice person, to go out there, say nice things to people, be encouraging, be comforting, give people that reassurance they need, because it's just, there's not enough of it in the world. There's just not enough of it, you know. So that's like one thing I want to say to you guys. Obviously, that's a personal goal of mine. I've always wanted to be this way. I've always wanted to be a guy that's just so nice and friendly and motivating and encouraging and reassuring and comforting to people. I've just, it's all just in my head though. Like, it's all just, and this is an imaginative idea that I have. This is like what I want to be, but I'm not actually that. Kind of like how I really want to be funny, but I'm not actually funny. You know, like, I don't actually have the jokes, you know, but I want to. Like, this is just this idea in my head of what I wish I was, but I'm not. And I guess I'm making this video because, like, I feel like it's time that I put stuff out into the world that I've been thinking about saying, but I've never actually said. And I think about this YouTube channel and how, like, I always have like this thing, like, okay, I'm gonna say something in this YouTube video that's gonna, like, you know, just be positive. Like, I have a million positive messages that I want to share here on YouTube. And I realized the other day that, like, I've never said any of the things that I've actually wanted to say here on YouTube. I always, like, I write down an idea for something that I want to say that I think is a positive message for people that are going through a hard time, and I just never actually make that video. I just write it down in my notes, and I save it for later, but I never actually say it. And it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like, well, first of all, I feel like a failure because I've never actually turned my YouTube channel into being what I want it to be. And because and then I realized that I literally wrote this down yesterday of what I wanted to say right now, right? See, here's the thing. I'm always writing down, like, every day I'm writing down a thing that I want to say in a YouTube video. But as you guys know, like, I don't upload content here, so I just have a million notes saved, and, like, none of them are actually, like, made into YouTube videos. So I have this written down. It says, so far, it's all in your head. Being a motivational guy, encouraging people, giving people advice for their problems. Like, in other words, you've never actually tried or executed on the things that you want. You have no way of knowing if you failed yet. So don't call yourself a failure because you've never tried. And that's sort of, this thing is like, I consider myself a failure because I never said half of these things. I never really have taken time to put together good things to say to people. And if I actually said the things that I feel like I wanted to say to people, heck, it might not be, you know, it might not be good YouTube content, right? Like, it's not enough to just be a nice person or to just give out positive messages to people. But I'll never know if it will be something that would get attention, if people do want to hear this stuff. I'll never know because I really haven't actually said any of the things that I've wanted to say so far. So, what is all this building up to? I don't know. I feel like I'm on. I feel like I want to say things, and I feel like this is me starting this new. this improvement of myself in this YouTube channel, right? So, which is I want to be better at making people feel good. I want to be a more motivating and encouraging person that's comforting to people. And I feel like if I can just get out of my own way, if I can just try, if I can just say the things that I want to say instead of letting things be left unsaid, then I'll know whether it's worth it or not. And just for you guys to think about, just, you know, what kinds of things do you think you can say to people to really make them feel good, to make their day? Giving them a compliment, just being there for them, listening for them. I think you got to be careful with people that you don't know, right? Like sometimes if you're just really nice to somebody, you know, they're always gonna be a little, you know, unsure if you're not close to them. They're gonna be like, what does this person want from me? You know, it's like they'll think like, hey, is this person trying to flirt with me? Like, what's going on here? But you know, if you have family, if you have friends, if you have anybody in your life that you see going through a hard time, that you know you can be there for, 99 out of 100 people won't be there for them. And they're going to feel alone. They're going to feel like they have nobody. So if you are that person, you might be able to help somebody, right? Even if you're going through a hard time yourself, sometimes it makes you feel good to help other people, right? Even if you yourself are like, look at me, guys. Like, I'm a complete mess, right? I think my last video I uploaded, I talked about how I've been going through a very rough time mentally lately. But no matter what I'm going through, as much as I probably need somebody to help me, I'm still trying to do my best to I'm always thinking about other people. I shouldn't say I'm trying my best. I do feel like a lot of times I don't really try my best, and that's the point. Is that the number one thing I need to do in my life is just try more, just do more, right? Stop imagining that I things, like stop pretending like, oh, like this is something I want to do, and I sit here in my mind and imagine a scenario playing out, but then it never actually, like, why am I feeling good about myself for something that I just imagined myself doing? Like I have to really think about the fact, like, you can't just imagine yourself doing something, because then you haven't actually done it, right? Like, you can't get credit for things like, oh yeah, I thought about saying something nice to somebody. Wow, I'm such a nice person. Like, no, you actually have to go out there and say something nice to somebody, or it didn't happen. So, you know, like that's kind of how I feel right now. Is I need to do more. I need to say more. I need to be that person that I hope I can be. But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the message of this video. Is words are powerful. You can make somebody's day. You can change somebody's life. You can make them feel good when nobody else is. And I want you guys to think about how you can do that more in your life. Obviously, I would like to. You know, my whole hope is that this whole, you know, people who watch this channel, I hope you guys are, you know, trying to be better as people. And I want this to be a feel good community. You know, I want this to be a community full of people that are, you know, nice and caring for others. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you next time. Take care.